Well, here we are live at another edition of the Motley Croc Show. Now we're a few seconds into this lovely thing. I guess it says 12, but whatever. I'm waiting for some of my friends to come on here. We're going to join us today here, Nathan Sweeting and, my dead buddy here. What's up, Jay? It's my buddy Jay. He's dead, but it's okay. Anyways, I hope I'm coming through live. I hope everybody can hear me, and I look forward to seeing everybody here. So, kind of excited about that. Let's see here. We're looking for everyone to come on. This is going to be pretty fun. Let's see what we got here. Let me see. Who's doing that now? All right. One time. Okay. So, it is Sunday. We are now in August 29th, I believe. And so, sooner or later, we got some stuff coming up. October's right around the corner, man. I know I'm kind of pushing it a little bit with that, but it's right around the corner. I'm looking forward to it. I know most of my friends are looking forward to it, and I think that it's going to be good times. I mean, I'm looking forward to doing the whole 9 yards again. We're going to decorate again. We got some big events coming up for us. That's kind of cool. There's some big like monster cons and stuff coming. I'm going to try to get into those and just all out have a really good time. And it's been kind of a crazy week, and I've seen a lot of crazy shit going on, and in the world, and it's just more crazy stuff that obviously you got to sift through a lot of it to really see what you deem as good, bad, or indifferent. But anyways, so like I said, we're sitting here waiting for Nate to come on, and at 7:30, my sister's going to come back on, and we're going to talk about some paranormal stuff and some supernatural stuff and some so on and so forth. So we had a good show last time with her. We got a good response out of it, so I'm going to bring her back on. We'll talk about a couple other things we got coming up, some of the stuff we may be doing in forms of ghost busting and in the spirit realm and all kinds of crazy things. And it is Sunday, so it's a good day to talk about that. It's a good day. Everybody's home. They feel safe. They said their prayers, and everybody's relaxed. And I think now it's ready to let's divulge into some of the darkness a little bit of stuff we don't know about, ghosts, goblins, etc. Anyways, anybody out there? I don't see anybody on the comments yet. I'd like to see someone in. So if somebody comments and says what's up, I'd like to say hello to you. I don't know how many people are here, so I'm definitely excited to have you. I've got so many things streaming out to different platforms now. I never know who's on or who's not. So throw up some comments for me, man, and I'll definitely get back with you. What's up, Wendy? It's good to see you. Wendy's there. Good. I'm glad Wendy's here. I'm waiting on Nate to pop in. He said he'd be ready, but it is now 7:02, and he's now coming in, I believe. It says Nate. I do expect him to come on. It says that I see the little circle, so he's coming in, and as soon as he comes, that's cool. What's up, my Gold Force? What's up, Katie? I think he's here. Hold on. Let's see if we can add him to it. What's up, Randy? Good evening. Boom. What's up, homie?
What up, my dog?
All right, let me fix that a little bit so we look a little cooler. See, I got Justin here tonight.
Awesome.
What's up, Jay?
What's going on?
Little fist bump.
What's up, Jay?
Well,
I like how you have the big phallus stick in there, like it's gonna poke you right in the mouth.
This guy?
Yeah.
Anytime I have green on any of my tattoos, you can see through me. Look. Isn't that awesome?
Oh, yeah.
Look, I'll let you see. Look.
Yeah.
Boom. Look at that. See, I'm transparent. Anyways, yeah, I brought Jay on because he never joins us, dude. So I figured I'd bring him on tonight and have a good time with him. And it's Sunday, and I wore my Quit Hating on Satan shirt for you, Nate. Look at that. Quit Hating on Satan Sunday. You guys get mad. You get mad. I have a funny story. I didn't even tell Katie, but last Sunday, I went to pick up some lemur food, and it was Sunday, of course. And anytime you go on Sundays, that's after church, and so they're all revved up. And like I said, I'm not making fun of religions, but as I walked by, this lady was like, she kind of shook her head, and I heard she was like, put her hand over, and she's like, just free him of that, Lord. And I was like, what? Free him of what? The burden of having to buy groceries here? Please free me of that burden, please. And then she said something weird. It probably didn't sound like this, but I wanted to sound like this. But she said like a hulla hulla or something. It sounded like shamanamana or something. So I don't know. They get a little weird with that stuff, I'd be more accepting of religion in all aspects if they weren't so bigoted to everything and everyone. That's where I have my problem. I don't want to hate on anybody. And I use a lot of witchcraft and demonic things and emblems because it just annoys people. And the only reason I do it is it's annoying. And we're not witches and warlocks. It's just a lot of fun. I mean, I'm a former warlock, but that's a different story. But at the end of the day, I just think that it's just funny. Because somebody sounds, is everybody okay there?
Yeah.
Is that on my end? Or do I have
think,
ghosts?
No. You're not hearing things.
I was like,
every,
I'm looking at it. I got the surround sound and I heard it. And I'm like, nobody's in here, man. Nobody's in here.
That was an assisted cough, if you catch my meaning.
Oh, it was assisted. Okay, I got you. I got you. Yeah, so I figured we'd do that. But yeah, it's been a good thing. So tonight, 7:30, Brittany's going to come on again, and we're going to get into Ghosts and Goblins, and then we'll talk a little bit about like stuff that we've seen, maybe like if you've seen anything weird you weren't able to explain from the time you were young or whenever. And we'll get into some of those stories and see if we can debunk a little bit of that stuff. And come on, man, sit up. You just smoke too much. But
yeah, I think he's a little lit up.
Are you all right, bro? He's the golden child, man.
That is pretty badass too.
Dude,
like my screen's super small, so I gotta like get in real close.
We can lean in. Say, hey, what's up? Say, what's up?
I thought he was wearing a pirate hat for a minute, but
no, he's wearing a Motley Croc, dude. He's wearing a Motley Croc.
And it's green.
You want to go play? You can go play over there if you want to play. He's always messing around. So this is what happens, though, man. He's golden, dude. He relaxes a little. He's on a diet, so he slimmed down a little bit.
Well, if we're gonna, guess what's here? Guess what's here? It's like an episode of Mr. Rogers or something.
I'm not sure, but
the friendly neighborhood pizza guy is here.
Oh, is that why it's so good and loud?
Whistle. Shut up.
Yeah, everybody. Nate brought his dog on tonight. Know if you can hear it.
Yeah, that's
Nate's dog.
Murphy is very loud.
Woo! Katie said she got sneezy. So Katie said, "Yeah, you can go ahead if you want to go off. That's fine too. You can go. Okay, I'll see you in a little bit, man.
He's walking off now.
No, don't do it. Yeah, no, don't fall. Wait, stop it. You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall. Sit down, gently.
Stay low, Jay.
He ain't dieting enough, man. To be walking around like that. I don't know why he does that stuff. You're gonna fall.
Well, when you're feeling like that, you got to stay. You just stay low. That way, if you pass out, you don't have to fall.
What's up, David? What's up, Pam? Oh my gosh, I got people here. I was trying to see what was going on. David Zeke's out, looking good. Yeah, it's actually he's gold. Jay's gold actually. Since you were asking, he's gold. But yeah, David Zeke pizza. Yep. So I'm glad you're all out of the hospital, David. That's good to know, man. It's just a rough ride, dude. Rough ride. So glad you're good to go. Yeah, folks, that stuff out there is no joke, man. That
glad to hear it, David.
The COVID stuff, I know. I mean, like it's not. I mean, I'm not going to get here and get on the wagon of how terrible it is for the world, but people go through tough times. It's tough. It's there, but I don't want to get too into it. But it's. I'm glad you're doing okay, man. I know it was brutal. I bet you. I bet you it was super brutal on you, man. I bet you it was. So, anyways, back at what I was going to say is that. So yeah, Brittany's going to come back on, so we'll talk about some fun shit like that and some ghosts, and we'll get some funny things happening.
Cool.
I mean, we're going into that time of year again, so I'm assuming we should probably really like.
It's getting close to Scaretober.
I know.
It's getting there.
I know. I'm actually pretty. I got excited the other day. The other morning, it was like Thursday. Yeah, I think it was Thursday or Friday morning. Right.
So my morning routine is I wake up at like 5:00, make a cup of coffee, go sit on the porch, wake the hell up, and then get dressed and go to work. But I was sitting on the porch, and I swear, even though it was probably, I don't know, 90 degrees already, I felt like it just had this fall feeling to the air. Does that make sense? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. I felt
it almost have this little nip of a chill trying to squeak in. It smelled not, just right, but it had that fall feeling. So
yeah, I was going to say, Brandy's here with us, and Edstrom, that's our manager out there, one of the managers at the zoo. And we were leaving work the other night, and as we were all walking out, we all said, and she said, "Wow, it feels like super nice." And it was kind of dry, and it was like it's like all the humidity was sucked out of the sky. And I really didn't realize it. I mean, there's a hurricane going on and stuff, so that makes sense. Yeah. The other day, it was just
probably had something to do with it.
Out. So God bless it, man. I hope those people are okay out there, because Katie told me today was a Category 4 hitting up there in Louisiana or whatever, and that's just
Well, it's hit like the eye. I think is forecast to hit the same exact spot that Katrina did, like 16 years ago to the day. So that's kind of crazy. So this chill in the air and this hurricane thing hitting, 16 years ago today in the same exact spot. I'm sure Brittany will have some sort of supernatural theory behind that one.
Oh, I hope so, because why not?
It wasn't brisk air. It was a ghost breathing up your ass.
John Brickle said he went to the House of Salem's Law today. October starts early here. So that's awesome, John. And I sure with you would come back and visit once in a while. Dominic misses you, dude.
That's up in New York, isn't it?
New York, the house from Salem's Lot. Where you at, John? Where is the house from Salem's Lot? Because I'm not really sure.
Oh, maybe it's not New York, but I thought it was up in that region of the States.
No, David, I don't have any new ink. It's always green. It's just my 4-leaf clover. It's just that you can see through it. When I use green screen, you can kind of see through me. Look, it's pretty cool. Look at my beard. So it's kind of awesome. I like it too. Maybe I'll tattoo my whole self green so I can come on here and be invisible. But yeah, it's I'm waiting for John to tell about. Oh, Katie said the Salem's Lot's in Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, okay. Well, duh, we should have known that. Salem, Massachusetts. Durr.
Gillian Barber, hi Nathan from England. Weather here is going kind of autumn. Yeah, it's going kind of autumn.
Well,
Yarmouth, Maine is supposed to be the town. Yarmouth, Maine is supposed to be the town. Wow.
Over there in England, it's like the exact opposite of Florida. It's like cold and rainy all the time. And
is it really, man?
That's
terrible, man. I wouldn't want that. This has been hot too, though. Like, so this weather's been really, really extreme here in Florida lately. For those of you that are in Florida or felt it, man, that heat index has been something else, man.
I can't think of a better way to describe it than it's just been oppressively hot.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. No, Tamworth Staffs is the place to be. Jillian says that Tamworth Staff's the place to be. So maybe it's supposed to be nicer. I don't know.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I'll put it up for you, Nate, so you can read it. I'll just let you read it.
Times.
Put it up there for you. Can you see it?
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, that the Barber family. Well, I'll have to touch base with her off the air, but
cool.
Yeah, I met them years ago. Like they were on vacation in Florida, and I was doing gator shows at a place, and I hit it off with and we've just stayed in touch ever since. It probably helped that there was a pub right across the street with the world's best karaoke ever. And so we all, we do a gator wrestling show, and
the world's worst,
or best worst, however you want to look at it. But in my opinion, karaoke is not supposed to be good; it's supposed to be awful, and that's part of the show. But anyway, so, but we do a gator wrestling show, and then invite the guests over to the pub afterwards. We'd have a few beers, sing some songs we really shouldn't sing, and have a great time. So it's kind of awesome.
Where's that at now?
That was when I was doing.
But isn't that off I Drive?
Yeah.
We were doing shows at a couple.
Yeah, we were doing shows at a couple different spots on I Drive at that time. So.
Yeah, I remember that place. Flavio's taken us in there many times, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Like, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, that's a comic book story in itself.
Yeah, that was all. That was a neat place. I have been in there, man. I have been in there. That's a pretty cool place. That's awesome, man. I'm just saying, dude. It's just so, the weather has been so hot here that it's just been so hard on animals, on the people, on Remind me of hardcore karaoke at the Brass Mug in Tampa. The Brass Mug in Tampa. I don't know if I've ever been there. The Brass Mug.
But that might be kind of fun.
I mean, I'll go do karaoke. What's that?
I'll do karaoke with you. We'll go out and
Here, Nate. Another comment came up for you, Nate. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah. Tell them I said hi too.
Oh, they can hear you. They're watching the show there, Slick.
I know. That's why they're watching too. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're watching. So they can hear what you say.
Hi, Faye and Holly. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, there they are. Oh, don't forget Faye, Mark, and Holly.
Oh, yeah.
So don't forget Mark.
I'm getting old, man. The print's super small, so
I know. Well, because I'm doing it on a computer phone.
I don't want to squint on camera.
Nate's on his phone. That's why I stopped using my phone because I'm too older. I'd be real like, oh man, I can't see it. So
yeah, like it's literally everything's this small. So like I see, like I crush your head. I do that thing to try.
Very small, very very tiny, sir. Very.
You know what worries me about the weather? You're bringing up the fact that it's been crazy hot. This summer, but
okay.
I'm pretty sure we're going on 3 years of like no hurricane season.
Oh, well, don't talk about that. Be jinxing all of us now, man. Everybody's gonna be mad, Nate. Something happens. You had to go and talk about that.
That's not where I'm going with it. Like,
okay, but you went there because you said it.
Well, yeah. Well, okay, fine. Well,
what's up, Brian Graves?
Jinxes and superstitions, great, wonderful, and I'm kind of superstitious a little bit, I guess. But
don't jinx us, man.
But that could mean we're in for a harsh winter. But then again, we're going on 3 years in a row of like no winter either. So that I don't know, man. All this shit kind of worries me a little bit. What are we in for?
Well, it's been a
maybe there's a paranormal
anything super bad, dude. Although, over by me, I'm in the Tampa Bay area, and I get sometimes we get a lot of rain here too. Like I know you guys get rain, but for some reason it just seems to hover here. And I've had so much rain. We have some Chinaberry trees on the back of the property, Nate, and I told you a while back, so much water caused them to break in. One of them just split right in half and destroyed one of my fences. So I'm out there with Cody, and we're in this rain and just nonstop rain and lightning, trying to get this tree off the fence and repair it. So no critters run out and stuff. It's just it's ridiculous. Locust and Holocaust. Yeah, I don't know, David. Let's not do that. Let's not take it to that level, man.
No, we already got cicadas. We don't need the locusts too.
Yeah, we do have a bunch of cicadas out there. I hear them all night, which is good.
Cicadas are bad enough.
They're loud too. They're loud.
That's like. Do you think that's where the military got and the FBI got the idea for that method of conflict resolution and audible torture? You know how
like
if there's bank robbers held up, they blast them with like heavy metal music at like crazy decibels.
There's a ship. I was reading a couple years ago about it, and it has they were testing it out. They have a sound cannon on there, and they project sound at such a frequency that it just disables everybody that they've directed it to.
Did they find the brown note? Is that what they're claiming?
I don't know. Their equilibrium is just destroyed, and I know that that's true because years and years ago, back in the late '90s, when we would go out, and we'd be trying to catch those barking tree frogs, and we'd find a breeding pond after the rain. Those frogs there would be so loud, dude, that your equilibrium would start to go off. You'd be starting to fall. You'd have to like plug your ears to just try to get yourself back in order again. So I remember a lot of that too. So I guess that's a possibility. Yeah, there's a sound cannon that they were using on that big battleship, and it just showed how it worked. But I guess it was affecting some of the sea life as well. So I don't know. It like did some damage. Well, what else is new?
Well, I mean, sound can be a vicious weapon if they use it. I don't find it too far-fetched to think that's because the fluid in your ears, if you disrupt that shit, then you're gonna knock everybody on their ass. I always like the idea of finding the brown note. I know the the Mythbusters tried to do that and find the brown. You know what the brown note is, right?
Yep.
It's the note that'll vibrate so much that you can't control your bowels.
Yep.
And then you crap yourself. That would be a great party gift.
I was going to tell you today, man, because I'm going to make fun of this just because I'm going to make fun of it. But
go for it.
The meeting that Biden had in Israel where the guy was talking to him.
I missed it.
He fell asleep, bro. This guy was talking about, wow, we look forward to our relationship with America and blah, blah, blah. And he's like,
Biden fell asleep?
Yeah, bro. What the fuck? Who falls asleep at something like that? Hey, man, I'm a libertarian, so I can rip on all of them. And that guy is fucking ridiculous, dude. And somebody was telling me earlier about he was holding one of their kids' hands or something, and it was just creepy, dude. That fucking guy's a train wreck, man. I mean, really. I'm just gonna say it, and everybody's gonna be like, "Fuck you, Troy! Fuck you!" I'm sure there'll be a few of you, but you know what, dude? That guy's an idiot. If anybody else fell asleep while talking to someone else like that, everybody be trashing. I can't believe nobody's out there. I can't believe this guy is still sitting in there doing the shit he's doing. What's up, Ange?
Well,
CIA used loud music torture device against Noriega. Blasted music by the Crayola kids. That's a good one, buddy. I remember that. The Crayola kids.
That'd do it. I would give up
that was good
situation about 4 seconds if you played that nonsense.
Yeah, that was good. But this guy, dude, come on, man. I mean, I know everybody's like, oh, we needed a change. I know, dude, whatever. But God, dude. Come on.
You know what? Here,
come on.
You pointed out the fact that somebody's going to be mad at you because you kind of made fun of Biden or whatever. But I mean, if you
make fun of everybody.
Well, yeah, I mean, same here. But anybody that can get offended, oh, you're making fun of blah 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 blah. They're all fucking politicians. Doesn't matter, good, bad, ugly, fucking exactly what you wanted or not. Like, it's never what you wanted. They're all fucking liars and fucking creepos. And whatever anyway. So that's the only thing we can be assured of by our politicians. Nobody gets into fucking politics because they're a good person and they actually want to make any fucking change. And if they do get into it for those reasons, they never make it anywhere because they're ruled out by all the fucking shitbags that are in politics.
Man, it's just unfortunate because, you gotta.
They all suck. It's just what evil is in power at the moment.
This is a tough thing for me to say, but I'm going to say it. So, and I know it might not necessarily be the views of everybody else, but the problem is that right now the country is so easily led by media and what they talk about that they just see what's in front of them and they go ahead and make that choice. And so, I'm not going to sit here and say that we've had anything good in the past 10 years. I'm just saying that there's, some of the reasons people vote for things and some of the reasons that other people vote for things is ridiculous. And, I don't care who you are in office. I don't care what side you're on, Republican or Democrat, whatever you want to call yourself. When the bigger organizations want a particular group in, they put them in. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how you vote. It doesn't matter what you do. I mean, I know you got this myth, like I'm going to go in and collect the check and blah, blah, blah. It's going to be check that box there. And half the time they're like, yeah, okay, buddy. Yep. Good vote, guys. Put in Nathan Sweeting this year. Nobody gives a fuck who you vote for.
No, they don't.
And I know that they're trying to talk about voter fraud and all this kind of stuff right now, man. And that's awesome as shit, whatever. But it's been voter fraud forever. Like, I don't think it. Now, this is my opinion. I could be completely wrong. But I'll tell you, every time I was a kid, whatever the big thing was at the time, man, well, we got to get these guys in because they're going to fix this. They're going to put a purple crayon in the Crayola box this year. If we vote for this guy, it's going to be awesome because we want that purple crayon. We don't care that the world's going to melt, but we want that fucking purple crayon, And I think that's always been like that. And back in the day when Biden was the vice president and he was like grabbing little girls and sniffing their hair and on their ears and stuff, everybody trashed him. Next thing you know, he's like, you're not black if you don't vote for me and wear your mask. I never said you had to wear your mask. Well, if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear your mask. Well, I never said that. Oh, if you were vaccinated, you don't have to wear your mask. He doesn't even fucking remember half of what he says. And then he falls asleep. I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. That guy's not representing his group properly. What's up, Matthew? You know what I mean? Like, he's not representing his group, period, end of story, man. I want to talk. I can't wait till Brittany gets here so we can talk about ghosts and real shit because this is the clown stuff. This is cartoons. Like we're talking about an episode of fucking South Park.
Well,
I swear to God, dude.
Here's my opinion. This sums up my entire view and opinion.
That's very true, David.
Politics and our right to vote.
Right.
And it's my opinion. So this isn't fact and, whatever, but our right to vote,
Matthew,
certain freedoms that we have like that to make ourselves feel better. Our right to vote, I think, is a faith-based system, just like religion is. You're kind of forced to have faith that it works the way that you're taught that it works, and that's it. And that's the only control, and that's the only fucking. We'll never know the difference. I mean, if our right to vote is just a complete fucking pacifier and complete bullshit, we'll never fucking know.
Yeah, it really
by the time the information gets to Troy or me or Justin, we don't fucking know.
All made up.
Just live your life, be happy, and whatever, and believe what you want to believe. But
and John said he believes his son would be very nice to party with. His son would probably be fun to party with. Yeah, man.
Biden's son?
Yeah. I mean, but he's got two of them, so we'd go supernatural and party with the other one, too. Just saying. He's got two, one on each side there. One's floating around, and the other one's down here with child pornography on his computer. That's fucking amazing right there, man. The whole world is – I don't understand it, man. I don't understand it. And I can tell you this. There's a lot of people that hate Trump. I'm not forming an opinion on Trump, but if he did half of that creepy shit that they've caught Biden for, they would have burned his house down with his family in it, dude. You understand that? It's unbelievable to me how we can overlook things when we make a boo-boo. Yeah. We didn't have anything to go for this year. I just kind of wish we were back on top of our games. This virus would just run its course and no more idiots. And Biden just needs to be gone, man. Someone needs to just demote that guy. He needs to be impeached, put somebody in there or something. And I don't know about anybody else, but you read a lot about Kamala. She's not much better, man. And it has nothing to do, folks, with guy or girl here. There can be some great women presidents. I'm all for it. I will never say I'm not, but not that one. There's just some of them that just aren't. They're just not worth the pot to piss in. Nobody was worth the pot to piss in. Doesn't matter if you're male or female. None of them were worth the fuck. None of them.
I never liked her to begin with, mainly based on her legal track record in California. Like just the way she
Matthew. So
kind of looks down upon people and whatever. I was like, you are not a fucking leader by any stretch of the imagination. And
yeah, that's right, David. All hell would have broke loose. And people love to hate Trump. That's right. They absolutely do, Matthew. He also says that Bernie Sanders, for me, guy seemed all right. Yeah, you can have him too over there, Matthew. Yeah, all of them. I mean, you know, I like America for what it is, and I really don't want to deal with any type of socialism or socialistic view. I like being able to get on here and say whatever the fuck I want and not say someone, you can't do that or you can't say this. And I've been seeing a lot of that lately where they're just blocking all formats. So, you know, I'm protecting myself and keeping other things going. Now I have said a few things on Facebook that really didn't come to them the way they wanted them to come into. And so with that being said, you know, I got banned. I've been banned like a number of times for saying very simple things. So, I mean, that weren't even, I never talk, we don't do anything racist or belittling to anybody of a different sexual creed or preference or
race, religion, anything. Yeah,
we don't do that. But you know, once in a while, you should be able to say something that's funny or violent. And you know, I think somebody should get. You know, I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, I wish I had a machine gun on the front of my car sometimes. Honestly. Just press a button and eliminate, dude, you know. But you can't, you know, that's a perfect world. And we don't live in a perfect world. So we just got to think it.
Absolutely not.
You know, so it's all about shaking someone's hand and smiling while you're melting them with fire in your brain, because half the time that's really all it is. And you really don't want to have to talk to half the people you have to talk to. But I think for the most part, for the Croc followers and stuff, that we'd get on here and do the Motley Croc show and talk to everybody's pretty level-headed. And like I said, I don't care, man. You guys can be whatever you want. Democratic, Republican, free spirit, whatever the hell it is. But my God, whoever's representing you should represent you on a professional level.
Hey, on that note, I want to give a shout out from the Motley Croc Show to all of our servicemen and women. I got a lot of friends that are, you know, in the Marines and the Navy and that type of thing. And I know right now they're kind of sort of fucking pissed off because of the way that we left Afghanistan. So that's another, you know, Biden decision there. And you know, we still have thousands of people left on the ground over there. Yep. And our troops should have been there on the ground until all the fucking private personnel were out safely, and he fucking left a bunch of our people behind. So and I know a lot of my friends that are either enlisted right now or they're out, but they're sitting there like kind of like throwing their hands in the air like, what the fuck, you know, was all of our sacrifice over there for to begin with? If we just put the enemy in power, and I lost my leg for what exactly? So, us here at home, we appreciate everything you guys and girls do, and the sacrifice you make, and we love you. And
I got Brittany coming in 1 minute, Nate. Just letting you know.
Right,
how's training coming with the Crocs, Nate? He wanted to know. Matthew was asking.
Stale. I'm not. Dude, how much time do we have before Brittany? Because I can make a fucking announcement right now. Because we have some.
Well, you have one. You'll have just a little under a minute.
All right. Well, Troy and I are going to do a special show probably sometime during the week. It'll probably only be like 20, 30 minutes, but it's going to recap a huge announcement, which is, and I'll give you the teaser for it right now. Smooth Waters Wildlife Park is no more. It's officially closed and out of business, or let's say in limbo, because I can start it up again somewhere else. But we went through a long legal battle with our landlord and the bank, mainly because our landlord didn't want to spend the money that he was supposed to be spending, which was our rent, on keeping the mortgage active. So it went under foreclosure. We lost the war with the bank trying to file for foreclosure or stop it and buy it out from under them. And now they want to get us out. So as far as the Crocs go, I think I've touched base with some of you offline. I've moved pretty much all of our Crocs and Cayman and all that stuff to other zoos and parks and facilities. And, now we're working on moving the alligators to new homes as well, either permanently or temporarily, depending on how we can regroup, find a new property, and kind of start it all over again one day. But we'll get into that on the special segment. But there's your big announcement. Now all I do is welding and surfing, and occasionally go over to Troy's house to play with crocodiles. So we all
have Crocs. Nate will always be able to train Crocs, but he has them there with us. We'll always have them. I've thought a lot about getting rid of them too sometimes, man, because of the way it goes. But I will tell you, we're going to do another show. Now that it's 7:31, I'm going to bring Brittany on, and she is coming in now. What's up, B?
Hey, guys.
B-Rad.
So how are you all?
We're doing good. So we were talking about any kind of supernatural theory on the hurricane that went from like a tropical depression to a category 2 to, wait a minute, let's crank it up to 4 and fuck everybody up. You got anything on that?
Well, what I think is really weird is the fact that it came on like the reunion exactly like 16 years later, which is crazy, like to the day.
Right. And it's hitting the same stuff.
What's up, Mary?
I know. I don't know. I mean, it's really weird. You could sit there and think that it's kind of like an evil force that's just purposely attacking the location, or it's kind of just an uncertainty of what's happening. It's like a mix of weird things. It just doesn't seem right or fair to poor New Orleans. Like hearing it on the news and watching it, my heart has been breaking. And, I don't even think it's supernatural. I just think it's this freaking world that we live in. It's just this earth itself is just falling apart. All over, we have earthquakes that shouldn't be happening. We have, it's not fair. It's not cool. I mean, for this thing to just all of a sudden morph from nothing into something, and you see this huge eye form, and it stay a 4 when it hits land is not fair. It just seems evil and wrong.
There's still a logical explanation, Brittany. The Gulf is extremely hot this year, and we were just talking about the weather being a little warmer in Florida, which is always hot in Florida.
Absolutely.
But the Gulf of Mexico is always warmer than the Atlantic. Clearly, if you want to cool off, go to Daytona. If you want to send some soupy hot water, you go to the Gulf. So, with that storm and all that cold air hitting that hot water, it never hit any place. Katie was talking about that earlier. She said it just went straight up. And so when you don't have, God bless them, Cuba, man, that's like the bushwhacker, dude. That motherfucker has it. They chop hurricanes in half usually before they get to us. So, at the end of the day, they never broke. It just went straight up and hit them. So that thing just built power that whole entire time. And so, I mean,
maybe somebody was practicing the wrong voodoo the wrong way.
What I think is weird though, it's like
demon.
It's just the weird thing is the anniversary of it all being like friggin' 16 years the day. That just doesn't seem right. It just doesn't seem right. Like that just makes like no sense to me at all. It's very weird.
Well, I'll tell you what's really weird. Go ahead, Nate.
I was going to say, and I could be wrong, but this goes into the weird category, is that I swore I heard through a news report that that Louisiana claimed they didn't have time to evacuate. And they've known about this storm for a fucking week already. And so they didn't take any prep or anything. And all the people are still, so it's a repeat of fucking Katrina. It's like, how can you not learn from the fucking mistake? Like, tell your people, get the fuck out. Your walls aren't going to hold.
Well, and the sad part is they saw it coming. They knew it was coming. We knew the moment it hit the Gulf, where do you think it's going to go? Especially with the pressure systems, it didn't have anywhere to go but straight up. Right. Oh, yeah, but it was totally going to go straight up because the pressure was bouncing it towards Florida. And then the pressure system that's bouncing off Florida, pushing it back into the Gulf towards Mexico, it didn't have anywhere to go. It like ping pong straight up right to him again.
Oh, yeah.
So
it just grew in strength.
So you're saying that she was in between two abusive men. Right?
And Ida was tossed into
my favorite part about guys that are like that, dude, is like they don't even know it. And she's getting so strong with all the it's convincing her, no, you're strong. You can do this, woman. But I
then
want you to
she
hate your
snaps and
dad and
turns
your
into a
brother and your
serial
mom
killer.
and everybody else. But go do it. We get a lot of those too. So just want to be off topic, Brittany, a little bit about it. So that's cool. It's an abuse storm.
It's just horrible, though. Like, you sit there and you think, like, I was watching on the news, like, people were inside the airports and they're like, we really hope we can make it out. But I'm sitting there going, you know what? If you can't and you're trying to leave your home, I'd rather be inside that airport that has backed up generators and things like that to at least be somewhere that's built for that type of stuff versus your house that may not make it through. And you got kids or your elderly parents or anything that you need to take care of, So I just watching it, I was like, this is just not right. None of this is okay.
Yeah, they're getting hit real bad, real hard.
I gotta say though, on the dark side of things, I kind of sometimes it's a lot of prep, but I like hurricanes sometimes. Just saying.
They can be fun.
Yeah,
it depends.
I've been through some good ones here in Florida, folks. Like, I'm no stranger to it. Neither is Nate.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
But I remember when we had them back in 2004 and we were tying tarps to ropes and getting on skateboards in the wind.
Yeah,
that was our electric skateboards, dude. And the only time you could do that was with hurricanes. And then guys like Nate would want to go surf. And they're like, man, I hope the hurricane comes this way. I need to surf. So, we're weird. And then in Florida, everybody's fucked up because they're like, hey, let's do a hurricane party. And they go by all the liquor stores, run out of liquor.
Yep.
They're like, we're all going to die on Jameson. Woo! It's just
let's go out with a
hangover. Funny. I do. All joking aside, that's terrible. I hope there really isn't any deaths that can be avoided there. Maybe this hurricane is going to take some people, but my faith on that's their time, dude. If they go, that's on them. And so I just hope that it's the people who didn't get out in time or whatever are okay. It's not joking about it. People are losing.
Yeah, well,
I understand, but I do like hurricanes though. It's not going to change that I like hurricanes.
That's why I said no matter what, at the end of the day, this hurricane is just evil. It had a menacing presence, and it came and it did what it was meant to do. That's how the earth designed it to do what it was going to do.
It's a storm.
It just sucks that it went and attacked the same poor town that really can't take another big.
Now everybody's going to come out now, and they're going to be like, see, I told you, you better stop eating steaks and stuff. Better stop eating beef and become a vegan and your global warming and stop driving your car, buy a battery car. We don't care that it's lithium. We don't care that there's no place to get rid of those batteries once they're bad and it destroys the whole atmosphere. We don't care.
I did see a Tesla today, and let me tell you something. I have never sat in one before.
Really?
But God love Elon Musk. I felt like I was in this futuristic, amazing vehicle with like one little.
No, it's fun.
No, that one. Say hi.
Oh, dude. I just saw a little metal head come into the screen there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have seen them. As a matter of fact,
okay, you can.
Our friend Brian Love has a Tesla, and it's pretty badass. You get in that car and
they are
feel quiet. It closes. And it's interesting because German engineering is a lot like that because, we have a Golf, and when you get in that Golf, because Golfs are imported from Germany and they're just built differently. But you close the door, it's like airtight, air quiet. I'm sorry, Brittany, I got a lot of back noise. I can't hear you.
No, I know. I sent him on his way. He wanted me to fix something.
I understand. I couldn't hear you. But it's just a solid. When you get in the Tesla, Nate, it's the same thing. It's like it closes. The whole world's closed off to the outside.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so quiet in there. It's not.
I've been in them. Yeah, it's weird.
I've only been in one. It was Brian's. I've never been in any other ones ever.
The one I sat in today was it was a 4-door smaller car, but I'm not used to not having gauges or anything in the front. It's like just a platform and just a steering wheel. And then the screen is everything in there. So it's like, where is everything? It felt so weird, but I loved it. Like you push in the handle and the handle comes out at you. I'm like,
you guys are high rollers now. Go get that.
Oh yeah. Right. I'm not that high roller.
You're going to wait till Elon you're going to wait till he builds a boat.
Oh my God.
A battery powered boat. Listen, I'm all about these battery powered longboards. I ride mine all the time.
That's really cool.
That's cool. What do you think? You think Elon Musk is going to come out with a Tesla boat before
I hope so.
or a Tesla submarine first? Because a submarine would be way more badass than a boat.
Yeah, but that's not going to be. But no, I think
a boat sub hybrid.
No, I'll tell you why. Because Elon Musk, he likes to give back to everybody. He's kind of one of those guys like, I'll make free Wi-Fi. You shouldn't be charged. That's ridiculous. Yeah. So I think he would make a couple boats that were like super high end that probably cost a lot to make, so it'd be more. And then I think he'd make some that are just badass for someone to get out there. I think he would do it because I think he would want them out into the public. And he'd probably cool. I'd like to
so
could order him on Amazon just to fuck with Bezos.
Yeah. My favorite thing that Elon's done so far, which is it's just fucking hilarious, was when he made the flamethrower. Do you remember that?
That's awesome. I do not. I'll have to look that up.
I don't remember that either.
He didn't even fucking make it. He's like, oh, I made this new flamethrower. And he wasn't lying about it. But all he did was take it's a construction tool. It's for helping to kind of like melt asphalt and stuff like that. Like, so it's a handheld
yeah, I have one.
Blowtorch.
I have one.
Yeah. But he just put a cool, like, kind of gun casing on it. So it looks badass. But it's still just that little blowtorch. He sold out. I think he made like 10,000 of them in the first run, and it sold out before he was even done finishing them. But he sold them for they were like $5,000 or $8,000 a piece. He's like, oh yeah,
hey, why not? We'll do the same thing.
Blowtorch alone funded the first leg of this particular SpaceX project. So he's like, that was pretty awesome. I think I'll make more blowtorches.
I had a couple different videos of him talking about he wants everybody to chill out a little bit with the artificial intelligence. He wants them to. It's where in his belief it's worse than nuclear war. He's been saying he recommends people chill out. And I just pulled up a bunch of interviews with him on his talking about aliens and stuff, and he really just doesn't go for it. Outside of it being a bacteria, he's like, the way he explains it and stuff. And, if you go here and you look here, it just wouldn't be, it's either super advanced and where there's nothing here anymore, or they haven't developed yet, or it's in a different, I'll put the video out so you can see. I'll send it to you now. I sent it to Brittany. Well, it was really good. He really doesn't get the little green man. He's like, yeah, a little Martian. He's not so convinced.
He sums it up pretty well in just one line. In like the couple of interviews I saw him talking about, somebody asked him about that, and he's like, well, if they are there, they've been pretty shy so far.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like if they're out there, like they obviously wouldn't want us to know that they're here. Like why not reach out and say hello or something, but
I figured they know something. I mean, he either he knows a lot more and he's just not saying something, or right. So he's kind of going to space. I mean, he would kind of want to know something's out there. He probably did a lot of exploration with that. I don't think, I wouldn't think
you don't want to run into him halfway to Mars.
Or even on there. I don't want to open the door and see something that looks like a shop's at Walmart exactly. There to rip my head off. Wouldn't want that. Oh, I got to go back. Nobody's looking. I got to go back and check these out, man.
It'd be like, well, we're all going to colonize Mars, but oops, never mind. It's already colonized.
Oops.
Well, that's like the whole ancient
already been
astronaut
done.
theorist.
They don't want us here.
Well, that's the thing. Like ancient astronaut theorists believe that Mars was already inhabited, and it might still be, or it was, and that's where our insights come from, Egypt and all that other stuff.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep up with some of the comments, Brittany. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're fine.
All right, Matthew. I hope we didn't miss this. But
if you think about it, it's not too far-fetched. It's not too far-fetched to think civilizations can have like underground civilizations. I mean, going back to Elon Musk project work on is going subterranean with like our traffic and all stuff like that. Just make mega tunnel structures for traffic, for cars and stuff, and it's all automated. So if there's a civilization that's a million years ahead of us, like, okay, maybe the surface of Mars is uninhabitable, but maybe the hollow Earth theory is just misplaced. It's found the wrong planet. Like, I don't believe in hollow Earth, but maybe there's a hollow Mars. You got a whole fucking civilization in there.
What if it's Walt Mars World? I mean, Disney has a whole Mars underground. World, yeah. They could level Disney up top of grass on it, and they're still the underground.
We'll land on Mars.
Walt Mars World.
No,
it's
even
a great,
better.
Big, beautiful tomorrow. What's that?
We'll land on Mars. This is even better. We'll land on Mars, and the astronauts will try and get off the ship, and something will pop up like an artificial intelligence thing will pop up out of the ground, a screen that says, "Did you buy your tickets in advance?" And we'll suddenly find out that our entire solar system is a cosmic fucking
theme park?
tourist attraction. Yeah, it's just a theme park. It's like, go see the Milky Way system. It's the greatest roller coasters in the universe. And they have to pay admission. We're not allowed to go to Mars because we didn't buy our tickets. We have to go back to our exhibit.
My whole thing with
How did you escape your exhibit, Earthling?
Yep.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm thinking because Brittany's a ufologist, so she likes all the alien stuff. So here's my question, and I think, is there a greater thing that's like eliminating some of us from seeing certain things that we shouldn't see? And here's why I say this: so people are creating entire movies with iPhones, and I know everybody has other phones and Google Pixel and all that, but listen, motherfucker, iPhone was the first. Everything else is a knockoff, and if you guys don't like that, then I don't give a fuck. But anyways, so we have this great iPhone, and they're filming ants fucking, but we still can't get a clear HD version of Bigfoot, a clearer version of aliens, or anything else for that matter. And so with all the technology we've had, and even in the past 5 years, the phones are unbelievable what they're capable of doing. So they're filming in 4 and 8K. Like the iPhone 12 Max can film in 4K, but it can project back 8K. The screens, it's ready for the 8K capability. But we still have this blurry ass VHS strapped over your shoulder shit that comes out every week. How is that? Why haven't we got something more solid that we can see? Like, that's all I want to know. Like, I want to see stuff. Because if it's too clear, you're going to see that there's zippers in it, or it's not real, or I don't know. And that's why I want to direct that to you, Brittany, because I really like to hear if I'm putting you on the spot, I'm sorry, but I want to hear your insight on that.
No, you're fine. Are you talking about Bigfoot, or are you talking about aliens? Like,
any of it. Like,
any of it, really.
You look
it's
at,
all like shitty ass camera.
Yeah, and not like everybody's got high end.
Well, there's some like videos that when they come out clear, right, and they're excellent. Let's just go to Sasquatch for a second, right?
Okay.
And they come out perfectly. What is he doing?
I'm just moving my camera around so you can see how clear it does, and yet I still can't get a ghost out of it yet. I just wanted you to see.
I don't know what the hell you're.
Well, no. So the problem is, here's the issue: is we have apps now for, let's say, ghosts and UFOs, right? You can put in your apps now that make it look like you have a UFO striking the neighbor's house and it's burning to the ground.
Okay.
Then you have the ghost apps where you can take a picture in the dark at a playground and put all these little figures in it. And you're like, oh my God, I captured all these spirits at the playground. And it's an app. So unfortunately, with all these apps, we get fakers. And then we get a lot of really cool people that know how to make amazing suits, and makeup artists that do this for fun. And they make these fun, scary videos. So the problem is that when we actually get a really good video that might actually be real, that's clear, and it looks like we're getting full-blown communication with something, let's say Sasquatch.
Okay.
Our immediate reservation is to go, it's a fake. It's a fake. Because of all the fakes that have come before that of really excellent photographs. And then when we get the blurred ones, we're like, well, I don't know. Is that real? Well, I guess that could be real. And we feel like it might be more authentic because it's shaky, it's grainy, it's out of focus. They were trying to get to it quickly before it ran away. They were trying to find it. Right. So you kind of go through all those. And then with like the UFOs, it's really hard because you get skydivers that do night training. So when you're looking up at the sky at night and you see these random lights that all of a sudden start coming down and then they start making a pattern and then they veer back out. Sometimes that's just skydiving training, and they do it at night. Like military will do training at night. So all those lights look like, oh, we're looking at UFOs, but it's not. Or you'll get the beautiful Chinese lanterns that come up in the sky. And if you've never seen one, you're like, I am looking at a ball of burning light.
You're like, what the hell is that?
Right. And then all of a sudden it just disappears. And you're like, okay, I just saw a UFO. But then it was just a Chinese lantern. But then you see the ones that disappear, or the triangle ones. And then you start to take in the patterns and what they look like. Was there sound? Because people are like, it was a drone. Okay, well, drones make a sound. Unless you're dealing with a high-grade military drone, which nobody really has the capability of buying, then they don't really make sounds. So there's so much to it that when it comes to the videos, there's always a huge debate because we get so many frauds that it's hard to tell when we really get a good one. And you want to believe in the good one, but in the back of your head, you go, it might be fake.
I imagine it's an uphill battle now. We don't really live
all
in
the
a time
time
where people aren't jaded anymore. Like everybody's been lied to so much that like that's going to be an uphill battle for at least a decade now. Just trying to.
So Mary Elaine said it's like the Truman Show. Yeah, that was a good movie. If you don't know what that's like,
yes, Truman Show is great.
Sarah also commented too here. Let's put Sarah back up for you too, Brittany, because she said, "But Brittany, I got a troll, did I not?" So she got a troll. I get them all the time.
She did.
I get them all the time in my comments.
I know what she's talking about.
I know they're there.
No, not those trolls. Her and Jimmy they were out investigating. And I'm sure she'll put the comment. I think they were by like a bridge or an old bridge or an old building. And she sent me these pictures and she's like, yeah, this is what I was looking at. And all of a sudden I stopped and I was like, Sarah, did you see this little face? And she had, I kid you not, this little tiny troll with these ears and everything. And it looked like it was peeking out over and I sent it to all of my buddies that are like the best in the business of taking things apart. And they were like, I can't figure it out. It wasn't you, Nate. You were
It was me.
So it was really cool. Cause I mean, there's the legend of like forest trolls and nymphs and fairies and stuff. And I told Sarah, I'm like, I don't know how to explain this. It's exactly what that freaking
way back
was.
In the day.
No, Nate. No.
Oh, we're talking about something else.
Something else.
Hey, you know what?
Stay paranormal, please.
I want to stay paranormal because the show that went up last week with the interview with you, you were talking about Bigfoot a lot, and I put it in the comments, but I want to ask you direct to see your kind of opinion of this. So, you know, as far as documenting Bigfoot, like the only way the world's going to believe that Bigfoot exists is if we actually find a Bigfoot and it's like documented and scientifically blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Is that like, I would be of the thinking at this point, it's kind of like, you know what, would it really be good to find Bigfoot at this point? Because if you look at every other newly discovered species on the planet, whether it's a lizard or a snail or something fucking cool, the second everybody knows it exists and where to find it, it gets destroyed and is on the verge of extinction almost immediately because everybody wants one. Yep. You know, so it's kind of a double-edged sword, wouldn't you say? And would it be better or worse to maybe just never discover Bigfoot officially? Wouldn't it almost be better for Bigfoot just to, like the people that care about Bigfoot, including Justin there, I see him. You know, I don't know. What's your feeling on that? I kind of have a mixed.
I'm with you. I'm torn. I know a lot of the professionals that are like really into Bigfoot feel the same way. We know how we are by nature. And I would be afraid that if we did find it, one, we're going to experiment on it because we don't understand it. How do we have this bipedal ape or, you know, whatever it is still lurking around and it's intelligent? Hi, Mr. Skeleton.
It's Justin. It's Justin.
Is that Justin?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hi, Justin.
You're gonna fall. Now stop it.
I'm packing, Justin. I got an alien laser gun here.
Oh my god, I love it. He just wanted to wave. He always does that. Just
waiting for Justin to pop up. I'm gonna get him with my laser spray.
Oh my god.
This is what Jimmy and Sarah got Tucker for his birthday. The laser. It's a laser tag set.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
badass. We've been. Yeah, it's cool.
You need to capture ghosts with that and put them in a box.
Maybe. We probably could.
Maybe that's what it's for.
Here,
look, I got
more of that.
I got my little ghost trap.
Agreed.
Right here.
There you go.
Right? It looks like the thing from Ghostbusters, right? Even
You're not afraid of a ghost. Look at that.
And then you can.
It's ready to go.
Yeah, that's pretty tight work. I'm kind of pissed off.
Caught a ghost.
That they didn't get that for me.
I know, right? I was like, what the hell kind of friends are you? I had a birthday too, and you didn't fucking call or anything. You can get him laser tag. No, it's pretty badass. God. That was awesome.
Oh, so I did, Troy, you know what? Oh, wait, hold on, Nate. Back to what you were saying. And then I wanted to tell that ghost story I promised you I would tell you last time, and I forgot. And it's really funny.
You'll see, David.
But no, real quick, Nate, I do agree with you. My biggest fear is if we do find it, we're going to have a bunch of people in the woods trying to find it and kill it, basically. And we don't know the numbers. If it does exist and it is out there, we don't know the numbers. And we don't know how they breed, what their existence rates. We just don't know anything about it, right?
Okay.
Right.
So my fear is if they do have one, they're going to test on it and do horrible things to it, or it'll just go into a zoo to be stared at and gawked at. And who knows what else, like not like a normal zoo, but more like an oddity zoo. And and they wouldn't treat it well, So for me, I'm on both sides of the fence because I don't know. It's a real touchy subject. Do I want to find one just to say, told you they were real? Yeah.
Here's what would happen. It wouldn't go into a zoo first. What would happen first is there would be a mad dash by the scum of the animal industry to go and get one before there's permit restrictions regarding that animal. So they would go and just wild collect
if it's an animal.
Jesus out of them.
If it's an animal, mate.
Well, if it's a human, then it's a fucking Robin Williams, human, just a hairy ass motherfucker. So yeah, that would be just kidnapping. But if it's
we just don't know what it is.
Technically, be an animal. We're animals too, so everything's a fucking animal. But
or you could go by the theory that it's extraterrestrial or it's an interdimensional being. I mean, there's all those theories out there because nobody quite knows what it is.
At which point, that would be a glorious freak out moment for humankind.
I would do this.
If it's an alien.
If I caught a Bigfoot, Brittany, this is what I would do to it.
Love on it and give it a nice home.
Look, it's a little Bigfoot. He is a little Bigfoot.
So I have to tell you, because Troy, you've been ghost hunting with me too. Nate, I know we haven't gone ghost hunting, but you need to join us.
Okay.
So here's this fun story. So I was ghost hunting with a group of my friends. This was many, many years ago up in Sanford. There was a haunted cemetery up there that claims of a vampire that comes and visits a tomb up there, and visits his loved one or whatever. So I was like, well, let's go. And then there was other reasons why we went because they said they see lights, they see spirits and all this other stuff. So I wanted to go. So we went late at night and I was driving, pulled up into the cemetery. And now this cemetery on the other side of the road is all the old portions. So you have the above ground tombs, like the plots and everything like that. And then the crypts. So I pull up and I see this thing about this big at the bottom of one of the plots. Or excuse me, one of the why is
headstones?
No.
Tombstones?
No.
Markers, grape markers?
No, when the it's like a concrete casket. I can't think,
sarcophagus.
Yes. Well, yeah. So anyway, I can't think of the name of what they call them.
Crypt?
Yeah. It's just there's another name. It's not so eerie like crypt. But anyway. So anyway, I drove up to it and I saw this thing about this big and I swore I saw a demon. Had like no face, the mouth swung open, huge fangs, glowing eyes at me, like bright red eyes, no hair on this damn body. And it was little and it was like lengthy and it took off really fast. And that was it for me. I almost ran over a headstone. I freaked out. I like screamed. I said, oh my God, I just saw a demon. I'm not going into this freaking cemetery. Nobody believed me. I sketched the damn thing out, right? I sketched it out on paper. I'm like, this is what I saw. Total Amy Allen, this shit from Dead Files. This is what I saw, right? Not more than like 2 weeks later, because nobody believed me. And we ended up trying to do investigations that night and got some really good stuff. But I was so terrified, like with the flashlight. I was like, I'm going to see this damn little demon thing again. And I'm just not ready for it. But literally 2 weeks later on the news, I'm watching it at 5 o'clock news. And they're like, great to reunite the owner with their monkey in the Sanford area. This lady had a rhesus monkey.
That's the greatest.
And it had gotten loose and was just living and frolicking in the cemetery for 2 or 3 weeks. And it happened to be at the time that I went. And they showed this thing on TV and it looked just like what I saw.
Can I ask you a question, Brittany?
What?
Can you elaborate on the word frolicking for me, please?
Oh, God. Frolicking.
You said it was living
and frolicking.
See, frolic sounds to me, when I hear frolicking, I think of a naked leopard.
Well, he was naked.
Running around through the fucking clovers with a bottle of whiskey and some gold.
Going like,
listen.
Yeah,
maybe that's what people are seeing when they're seeing leprechauns. He was frolicking. He was having the time of his life in that cemetery. Well, he was naked. Yes, Justin, frolicking. Yes.
Oh my gosh, frolicking.
He was having the time of his life.
Is that in any way, shape, or form related to frog licking? And is that how you?
No, that's a South Florida thing.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's a South Florida thing. Years ago,
frog licking.
We have 1 minute left. I was a real fucking dick. Well, I can be sometimes, but I had this pet shop years ago, and I used to get those big Bufo Marinus toads in, and I'll always get the Colorado River toads too. Those are really cool. And kids would come in like, yeah, man, can you lick them? I go, yeah, you got to turn them around and you take their legs. You put their back legs up towards the front of their mouth and you suck on that little opening right there. And I would get kids to take them out and suck on them out there, and we used to take pictures of it. I know someone on a disposable camera. I have somebody sucking a frog's asshole. And I just figured if you're stupid enough to ask me that, I'm going to let you fucking suck the frog off, and then I'm going to put him back in his tank and feed him a cricket. The same. I'm just telling you.
Horrific.
I mean, they used to.
Awesome.
I mean, that's what they would do. That's what they would do. So I would probably still do that if I could get away with it. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you coming
Just
out. We're
don't
on the
videotape.
hour. We are on the hour again. It's a full hour here. And we're going to be loading up. So we thanks again, Brittany, for coming out. We'll do some more stuff. Nate and I are going to be filming another show. So we just want to say thank you to everybody for coming out and enjoying the show with us today and commenting us and giving us cool shit like Chupacabra. We'll talk about that this week too. We'll have some special guests coming up. So I'm definitely going to get that going and advertise that. And I just want to say thanks for coming out. And we appreciate you spending time with us. Nate, you can go ahead and close this out. Brittany, goodbye.
Until next time, thanks for joining us, and rock out with the crock out, bitches.